On this edition of Burger Brothers, we visit a Tulsa icon, Ike's Chili on Route 66, another classic spot. This place is over 100 years old.
I've been 5 times only for the spaghetti chili. Didn't realize there was a burger thing going on. They told us there were burgers here. We're here to try them out.
That's right. Let's go. I'm ready to fill up.
This is the first time I'm trying your burger. What do you recommend? I mean,
all of our burgers are half-pound burgers. They come with your choice of coleslaw or fries. We do have a new.
Do you have a spaghetti burger?
We do not.
Damn it, Ron. I'm gonna try a chili cheeseburger. I'm gonna do that. What comes on that?
Just chili and cheese. You can add anything you'd like, though.
Perfect. No, chili and cheese is fine. Can I get? You know what? Can I get onions on there?
Sure can.
Are they chopped?
Yes, they are.
Can I get chopped onions and a little bit of mustard on there too? Ron?
I'm gonna go chili cheeseburger. You come to a Chili's place, you gotta.
Would you like mustard on yours?
No mustard.
Onions?
You do fried onions?
Sure. You want yours, Bill?
Yeah. Ron knows best.
And then I'll go waffle fries. Wait, you got sweet potato fries?
We do.
I'm gonna go with those. 110 years in business. That's quite a testament to what you guys do.
Yeah, 110 years back when it was our 100-year anniversary. Kathy Taylor, she declared it Ike's Chili Day in Tulsa, September 12th. So,
nice.
You know, it's hard to believe it's been 110 years. I have customers from time to time, and they're like, "You look pretty good for 110 years old." You know?
Right.
So, but you know, it's a generational thing, and our customers. I mean, we have customers that come in here. You know, they'll tell you the story of when their grandparents brought them, or their mom or dad, and you just hear all these stories, and that just shows the longevity of Ike's, the longevity of our customers coming in and being true to the whole deal that we do here, and. Of course, used to be it was just chili.
Right, that's what I was asking you earlier. You started off, I mean, this is obviously not the original location.
Right.
This was a downtown staple on Main.
Right.
And it's a chili spaghetti spot.
Right.
Because that's all I've ever had here. When I got to Tulsa, the first thing I was told was, make sure you go to Ike's and try the chili spaghetti.
Right.
And that's right up my alley. So when I looked on the menu and saw burgers, I thought it was sacrilege. I was like, oh wait, now hold on, like, you know, I'm very traditional in that way. But then I heard the burgers are really good, and we thought, why not check it out? But
Sure.
When did you add burgers to the menu?
We added burgers right at 12 years ago.
Okay.
And you know, Ike's has kind of evolved over the years. We've got a menu out there from 1915, and back then there was chili with beans, and chili and spaghetti.
Right.
And a bowl of chili cost you 15 cents back in 1915. And you know, we've just over time we've evolved, and it's kind of like, you know, we really need to throw a burger out there, and so we didn't want it to be like everybody else, so we're doing a half-pound flame-broiled burger.
Nice.
And of course, we have multiple choices, but the number one burger that we sell is, in a chili place, obviously, a chili cheeseburger.
Right.
And it's just.
Now, did you develop the burger yourself? Is that something that you came up with? I mean, some people like them thin, some people make them thick. Some people add onions into the burger. Some people add them on top. Where did you get the?
Well, my brother-in-law actually started with the burger.
Okay.
Back then, he's actually working with another national company now, burger company.
Right.
And so he's the one that actually started the whole burger deal, and of course we've added some since then. We've got a new one that is new on the menu today. We've been closed for the last month doing some remodeling,
I heard.
repairs, maintenance.
So you finally added the Ron Terrell burger, is what you're trying to tell us?
Well,
the Danny O'Connor Memorial Burger?
We're calling it the Big Ike. We're calling it the Big Ike's. It's a double beef, double bacon, double cheese.
Again, that would be the Danny O'Connor Memorial Burger. I I don't know that I can handle it at this age. Now tell us about the chili. I know obviously it's
110 years.
Has the recipe changed since?
Has not changed.
That's what I like
I'd
to hear.
say it has not changed. The original version was so hot that you couldn't eat it. And
What was the ingredient?
Ivan and Ike Johnson, they bought the restaurant, and the first time they tried it, it was so hot that the family said it's like liquid fire.
Wow.
They said you just can't eat it. And so
Ghost pepper, or what was the secret ingredient?
See, I don't know. We're talking 110 years ago.
Right,
That part
right.
wasn't passed down to me.
You were there? Quit playing.
That's right.
We, had you told me this prior, we would have snuck a little ghost pepper in a Carolina Reaper in old Ron's thing. That would have been a whole other episode.
Yeah.
But
But
there you go.
it went from being spicy hot to really kind of at the other spectrum of being a very mild chili.
Nice.
And not everybody likes their chili. Just
Yeah, I'm one of them. I'm Irish. Table
Top
pepper
out,
is hot for me. So
Right.
the good thing about chili, you can always add more to it if you need
Exactly.
it hotter, but you can't deduce from it. So I'm glad that you keep it the way you
and we
do.
put stuff on the table for people to
You do.
to do
And
their
I've
own
partaken
thing.
in that as well.
We kind of look at it as we give people a good foundation chili to start with, and then they make it their own from there.
Now, there's a popular internet argument about what real chili contains. Does real chili have beans or no beans? That's a big argument.
If it has beans, it's bean chowder.
If it has beans, it's bean chowder.
If it has beans in it, it is bean chowder at that point.
And I'm going to tell you what, I prefer chili sans beans. If I wanted beans,
Yeah.
I'll get that, what he's talking about. But I like
Which
it the way you guys do it. It's
We
fantastic.
do it with beans. I mean,
Right,
you
but
can get
that's
it
a
with
different-
beans, but it's not like it's required to have it in the chili. We add the beans to it.
Okay.
But-
Hey, tell me about the cheese. This is the first time we're seeing this. We've never seen shredded cheese on a burger before.
It's a fine shredded cheddar cheese, and give a good melt on it there.
You can keep it under the gum.
Yep. There you go.
There you go.
That's the thing. You walk into a place that makes chili, and you get that smell. When I first walked in that door, just that smell.
Oh yeah.
It just kind of draws you in.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just nothing like it, and for us in here, I mean, we kind of get used to it, It's, and our customers, of course, they walk in and walk in that door, and it's just like you see it on their face.
So 5 generations. You're the 5th generation.
Right.
That this has all been in one family. I mean, that's
One family.
incredible over that period of time.
Yeah, and I have my nephew. He's working here too, so he's the next generation.
And it's still going strong.
Still going strong. We when we moved over here 4.5 years ago, it's kind of like we're taking the next steps to continue for the next 100 years.
All right, Ron, you first. Do
Oh
the
my
honors,
goodness.
man.
Wow.
Number 1 seller, chili cheeseburger.
We're going to need a bib.
I
rubber
can handle
boots,
that.
Rubber gloves. I'm going to eat this. So, yeah, there's no way to really... Yeah, you got to eat it with a spoon.
You got to use a fork and a knife and maybe a
There's
spoon.
Perhaps a shovel. Bon appetit. Come on, Ron. Do it first honors. Look at that. Boy, this is a lot of burger.
One thing to remember not to do is cut too big of a bite and get stuck.
Good stuff.
That's right there.
Of course, that flame broiled burger, that just adds that much more flavor to it.
100%. It makes all the difference in the world. This is fantastic. I'm not gonna lie. The chili is what makes it for me.
Oh, yeah.
Your chili is so good. I don't know that you couldn't put this on tile or shingle or anything devoid of flavor and not make it fantastic. The burger is definitely good.
Cool.
But
Appreciate
I
it.
could eat the chili until we were on a keto or we were on some type of a diet. It's so good. Fantastic.
Great. Appreciate it.
And I don't know that you could get better chili anywhere, so.
These sweet potato fries are good too.
Yeah.
You guys are busy pretty much year round. I would imagine though, wintertime,
It
people
slows
come in here
down
just-
a little bit in the summertime, and so that's part of where the burgers came from too. It's kind of like, okay, we need something to draw people in the summertime, so we decided to add the burgers, and now actually I've hired Chef Markel, and we've got a whole separate menu that we're going to start doing in the evening. We're extending our hours. And we've actually got a kind of a broken shift as far as our hours to where, like Monday through Saturday, we're going to be open from 10 to 3 for lunch. And then Tuesday through Saturday, we're going to be open from 5 to 9 for supper. There'll be a 2-hour window in there where we'll be closed to do the changeover in the kitchen. You'll still be able to get the chili at night and everything.
Now, behind us, there's an illustration of the original Ike's Chili Parlor. That was the one downtown.
This one was at 2nd and Boston, and that is not the original location.
So there's one before that.
There's one even before that. The original location was on 3rd Street between Main and Boston. It was in an alley. I don't even have a picture. When Ike and Ivan Johnson bought the restaurant, it didn't have a name when they took it over. And for a long time, some of the customers was kind of like, you need to name this place. And he was like, well, what should I name it? And somebody said, well, and the one that really ran it was Ivan Johnson. Ike worked out in the oil field, but in the evenings he would come in and help out in the restaurant. And so somebody said to Ivan, you should call it Ivan's Chili. And I guess he was kind of a modest guy and couldn't see doing that. And then somebody suggested to call it Ike's. They all knew who Ike was, and so Ivan was like, I'll do it. So we got a board, some paint, painted it up, Ike's Chili, put it on the outside of the building. Ike came in that night, saw it, walked in, didn't say a word to anybody, went to the back room, came back out with a pry bar and a hammer, and Ivan was like, what are you doing? He said, I'm going to pry that sign off the wall and I'm going to throw it through that plate glass window. And Ivan said, you do, and you'll be the next thing that goes through that window. And that's how it became known as Ike's Chili.
Oh, wow. Fantastic. Now, we're here on Route 66.
Route 66.
There's a whole push to redevelop and reinvigorate the route. So it's a perfect location.
That's part of the reason why we moved over here.
Fantastic, and you guys were early because right now 2018 there's a whole new push. But you guys have been here how long?
We've been here 4.5 years.
4.5. Now, this is the 5th location, 4th?
Oh my gosh. Probably more like 10 or 12.
Really?
At one point there was actually 4 Ikes here in town.
Okay.
2 were owned by one side of the family and 2 by another. But it was funny, all the chili was made in one location and spread it out. And some people would go to one instead of the other because they were like, well, the chili over here tastes better than it does over there, but it was all made out of the same pot,
Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, can I get a small cup of chili? Is that
You
it?
bet. You bet.
I want to. It's that good, guys. If you guys haven't been here, the chili alone is, again, it's a standalone item. Chili spaghetti has always been my favorite. The chili burger, again, another fantastic.
This will be your chaser.
It really is. You know what? I don't know that I can put down the whole. I know you're going to embarrass me. Don't shame me. Ron went to the well this time and found his new. It's really hard for me to tell you.
Cheese or onions?
No, I think I'm just going to get it just how it is.
I believe it's called willpower, my friend.
Yeah, well,
I do not have it.
Look at that. I just got to get it to the next level. The chili is fantastic.
It's a very simple chili. There's really not a whole lot to it. Just meat and spices, and a few other things, we won't
The
talk
secret,
about.
the secret.
secrets.
Ron, do you know the secret of good chili?
I don't know the secret to diddly squat as far as food goes. I just know this is really good.
I'm topping out, guys.
And see, back in the 80s, we were actually in the grocery stores. This is the container that it came in.
Oh, wow.
And you could get it in the grocery store, and it was chili and beans, and it was a boil-in bag. And you would take that bag, put it in a pot of hot water, and heat it up, open it up, and serve it.
Oh, wow.
And I'm hoping at some point we get back to that. I've already done a little research and worked with the manufacturer, and it's a little bit different when you're cooking in a pot with 150 pounds versus a manufacturer that a small batch to him is 1,500 pounds.
Wow. So you have people come from around the country, because obviously, there are people that have come here, I'm sure, because they've heard, and they're from, miles away. You got people, do the same thing in Cincinnati with Skyline, and you got other people around the country who go to different show places.
Right.
Have you had people in here like that?
Oh yeah, I've had people in here from Germany, and an associate of mine, he knows somebody that lives in Russia, and they wanted to try our chili, and I was just like, how are we going to get it there, And anyway, we bagged it up, froze it, put some dry ice with it. It wasn't actually chili at that time, though. It was a concentrate. Basically, it didn't have any water in it yet.
Okay.
To try and to prevent spoilage. So it's basically like a beef jerky block of chili, And we shipped it over to Russia. I think it took like 14 days to get there, and they loved it, but it was like almost $400 to ship it there.
Wow. There you go.
So it was a pretty expensive bowl of chili.
Now, I don't know, we haven't talked about it, but how did you get involved in the chili business?
My wife's stepdad, his family started our chili. So I'm an in-law of the family.
Got it.
And it's funny, it's really kind of in my blood. This is a totally different story, but I was adopted at birth, and I found my biological family back in 2015. And my great-great-grandfather, he took part in the Oklahoma Land Run, staked his claim in Guthrie, and he was there, and it's kind of like, what do you do now?
Right.
And he had a chili recipe. And so he opened a chili parlor in Guthrie, Oklahoma. I was just in
That's
Guthrie
something.
a couple of weeks ago and visited the building. It's still there where he had his chili parlor, and it was just so cool to be in there and just kind of take it all in.
Sure.
It's a chocolate/coffee shop now, but the building was built in 1893. So I came from a family with a chili parlor, and I'm married into a family with a chili parlor.
But still, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
the legacy is there.
Yeah,
It's almost
it's
like
cool.
a strand of DNA that you didn't even, But again, it's there's no coincidences as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
So you end up where you're supposed to end up in the end,
Right.
regardless.
Things happen when they're supposed to happen.
Remind me that in like 20 minutes when I run over to the outsider's house and different. But yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, listen, this has been a little slice of heaven. I really appreciate it.
Cool. Thank you.
Obviously, I'm a good customer, and I hope that I'll be back sooner than you think. And yeah,
Welcome anytime.
always great to see you.
Thanks, Danny. You
Yep.
too.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Ryan.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Delish.